everyone, I'm Dani Walker. I was Miss Montana USA 2018, and today I'm going to be sharing my Miss USA 2019 pre-arrival favorites. So if you're new to this channel, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notifications bell, as well as follow me on social media at Dani Walker. Quick disclaimer before we get started, these are just the girls that have stood out to me in the months leading up to Miss USA. Please remember that as you comment and share your own thoughts, to keep all of these positive, because the contestants do see these, and really this is all just about uplifting women. That's the purpose of pageantry, is to build their confidence and just recognize some girls that are doing some outstanding things. So we're back. Last year I didn't do a favorites video because I was competing at Miss USA, and it was a little bit weird to just talk about my friends and who I thought was going to win Miss USA or do really well. So that was strange. But we are back this year for the pre-arrival favorites, and I'm going to give my opinions and list them in random order. If some of my favorites are some of your favorites, comment favorite down below in the comment section. I want to hear from you. I also want to hear what other girls that you have been keeping an eye on and who you think is just going to kill it at Miss USA this year. First, we're going to talk about Miss Georgia USA. I know that she is super famous on social media and on Instagram. She is a huge fan favorite. What I love about her is that she is this total girl boss. I think she's really what girls aspire to be. I think she's headed in that direction of like an Olivia Culpo, where she's just going to be killing it in fashion and style and blogging and all those things. Let's note that she's also been a model for Sherry Hill, so I think that doesn't hurt you at Miss USA, and she's just got a really great look on stage, and obviously she's very stunning. And from what I've heard from all of my friends who've gotten to know her or actually worked with her, is that she's really, really sweet. Next, I'm going to bring up Miss Texas. Texas is always like a super well prepared pageant type state, and this year is no different. The current Miss Texas was actually Miss United States several years ago, so she is no stranger to the national pageant stage, and she is just already been working a lot and developing her own advocacy and basically her platform, which is for literacy. And if you guys don't know this, there's this huge emphasis that Miss USA is for kids, like she cares about kids. So having any type of advocacy or platform that affects children usually helps contestants to do really well in the Miss USA or Miss Universe organizations. She has a literacy program, and obviously she's just so stunning. And really that's my overall note this year. So the things that are helping me to kind of narrow down my faves this year are super nitpicky, and that's just because the class of 2019 is so gorgeous, stunning, talented, goal-oriented, and they've achieved so many things already just collectively as a group, that I think that no matter what, no matter who wins this year, we are going to have a very strong contender for Miss Universe. Next, we're going to talk about Miss Florida USA. So Nicolette competed for many years in the USA system, which I think doesn't hurt you. It really causes you to appreciate that title a lot more and really put a lot of effort into your prep. So from what I've heard from people who have actually judged her in the past, is that she has a phenomenal interview. I got to meet her at New York Fashion Week. She is actually on the Sherry Hill New York Fashion Week vlog, so you guys should check that out if you want to see a little bit more from her. And she was very, very sweet and down to earth when I met her, so I expect good things for Florida. The other thing that I loved about her video that they have been sharing on social media, the little clips that share a little more about the contestants, is her life motto is make it happen. I love it. It's quick, it's easy, it's to the point, and I think it's super empowering. The other thing is that she holds empowerment events in her state for young women, and I think that's so important because it's something that USA could easily market or brand. So it could help her to be a really impactful Miss USA if she were to win. Another strong contender for me would be New Jersey. So her aspiration is to be a pediatric surgeon. She also is known for her Harvard stem cell internship. So she talks about that on her bio and in her video clips for Miss USA. I met her too at Sherry Hill's New York Fashion Week, and she was so sweet and kind and down to earth and absolutely stunning in person. So that doesn't hurt, right? But on top of just being beautiful on the outside, she's a very beautiful person, and I just absolutely love her, so I could see her easily in any kind of semifinal. Next is Miss Tennessee USA. Tennessee always has great nationals prep. Greenwood Productions is on top of it for their girls. She also has this great platform, which is for pediatric cancer, and she has actually recently spoken to her state senate. So I love title holders that have something that they care about and they're working to make strides for that cause, and she's one of the contestants that is doing that. Next would be Miss Ohio USA. Fun fact, she was actually Miss Ohio America before winning this title, and her platform at Miss America was beauty unedited. So she has had so much media prep for that platform, and she has carried this on to the USA system. So something great about her is that she actually doesn't edit any of her social media images. Not even her Miss USA headshot is photoshopped. So that's something that will definitely make her stand out, and because she's had so much time to refine this platform, I think she would be a really strong contender in interview. And she's just like so cute and all beautiful, and she's just fun to watch. Another great contestant is Kansas. She was a former Teen USA title holder for Kansas. She also recently placed top 5 at Miss California USA before winning her Kansas title, and she was also Miss Earth United States Teen. And I love that her focus for her advocacy or platform is women in politics, and that's huge. A lot of you guys don't know that when we got to Miss USA last year, they had all of us who were of voting age in Teen USA and the USA divisions register to vote. So that's a huge initiative that USA is really pushing. And Alyssa is on top of that with her own personal platform. She also received the Girl Scouts highest honor, and I think it's great that she has already been so immersed in another women's organization that's empowering young girls, and she has lots of access to young girls, and USA is gonna love that. Like, how do you not love the Girl Scout and Miss USA, right? Next, I want to talk about Miss California USA. So she's so interesting because she won California on her first try. This was her first pageant, but I have to say, watching her body was phenomenal. Her face is so great on stage. I love that one of the things that she works for within California is to tackle the homelessness problem in the Bay Area where she is located in San Francisco. She's also up there because she works for Google. So the other thing she's emphasizing and wanting to talk about is that there is space for women in tech. And we haven't really heard that from many contestants in recent years. So I think it's an important thing that she's talking about and obviously has a lot of experience in. I kind of like how fresh she is. A lot of people are saying that she's like an Olivia Culpo because she's coming in so fresh and she's just so stunning that she could easily take, you know, a Miss USA title and do very well at Miss Universe, even though she's new to pageants. So she's pretty outstanding. Another contestant I really took notice of was Minnesota, another former Teen USA title holder. She wants to be a dermatologist, and her emphasis and focus is mental illness and mental health. And also she's been working and making some strides for offering healthy eating options to underprivileged kids in her state. And I think that's something that's just so important. Now, lastly, I want to mention one of my absolute favorites. And for me, this contestant, if she's not in a top 5 at Miss USA, I don't know what happened. I don't know how that's kind of even possible because I think she's so well prepared, and that is Miss New Mexico. So New Mexico actually competed for Texas USA for several years, and then when she switched over, she won that New Mexico title. She was wearing one of my favorite Venezuelan designers for her evening gown, and I absolutely love her. But what really strikes me is I met her at the Global Beauty Awards. I actually got to interview her on the red carpet. So sweet, so down to earth, so personable and charming, and obviously gorgeous too. There are a few things that impress me about her. When you compete at Texas USA, there could be a chance that you might come off as really coached because it's so competitive. You've probably received some coaching to get ready for that state pageant. She does not come off as coached in any way. She's very, very articulate, but also very fresh and just very sweet. So that is impressive to me right off the bat. The other thing that I love about her is when I have been watching little spontaneous type clips that USA has each contestant submit for their Instagram feeds for their stories or lives. She's very natural on camera. And if you're not used to being on camera, that's a whole other skill to really develop. And I've noticed that a lot of contestants, as soon as you put them on camera, they sort of freeze and they're not able to be their authentic self. They're not able to show their personality. And when I see her on camera and how natural she is, I'm very sold on how natural she's about to be on stage at Miss USA, but also just have a phenomenal performance. The other thing that I love about her is that she is into finance. So she shares all about her finance degree that she's finishing up and how she created this financial literacy program for children so they can understand about money and spending and budgets and all these great things. I think that's so relevant. For me, New Mexico is a contestant to really keep your eye on, and especially in that top 5, because I think considering all of the experience that she's had, she competed for something like 7 or 8 years, a long time in the USA system, and I think that preparation really served her well, and she's very poised and ready to go if she were to win Miss USA, to be set up for a very successful year and have a great shot at that Miss Universe title. So she is one of my absolute faves. Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode. If you watched on a mobile device, please be sure to screenshot this episode and then post it in one of your Instagram stories and tag me at Dani Walker. I want to engage with you and hear from you and know who your favorites are and who are the contestants that you are really looking out for. And while you're there, make sure that you follow me on Instagram at Dani Walker. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, comment, like this video, and share it with your friends so that we can all just talk about Miss USA 2019, all of our faves, and just really encourage all the girls out there that are competing this year. Like I said, it was so hard for me to select the girls that I believe that are going to be really strong contenders at Miss USA, just because I've gotten to know so many of them throughout this year, and I really believe that they're incredible. They're incredible women. So narrowing it down was not simple at all, and I expect I'll probably be doing a favorites video right after prelims and do that preliminary recap after we get to see all of their gowns and styling and all those things. So thank you guys for tuning in for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it and that you'll tune in for the next.